Hello, and welcome to the live. Hello, and welcome to the live. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, that might have been its final light. Hello, and welcome to the live. Welcome, Jesus. Welcome to the Goddess. And welcome to you. Goddess bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Jesus bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you. And bless yourself. And thank you, Jesus, for the peace. Thank you for the coming peace. We know that through you, this peace will be achieved. We'll get past the war and past the warmongers and past their agenda. So, I'm very pleased to be here to welcome you to the live, to welcome Shadow the Cat to the live, to welcome all good spirits to the live, and thank them all for their collaboration with all good people in ending this war. So looking forward to people who are ready for peace, ready to end war, ready to move on to a post-war stage of humanity where there is no more war. Not World War III, not after World War III, but instead of any of these wars, no war. Peace instead. So thanks, Goddess. Thanks, Jesus. We know that through you, this peace and truth and these things will be achieved. And to whatever extent you need us, I think you need us to believe and act out of that belief, which I hope I'm doing sufficiently now by myself with the cat and with all the good spirits and with good people as they arrive in the chat. Well, anyway, so far, so good. So far, so good. Just us and the Goddess and the cat and the dream of peace and harmony and the end of war. So I do think we're on our way. I do believe in peace, and I believe we'll get there, and I believe we can get there without any real dramatic catastrophe between now and then. Like we can just get to peace and have the war side of things kind of collapse on them. So that's what I'm here for, and to hopefully magically, divinely gain the favor or the power of the Goddess and all the good spirits to stop the bad guys. Oh, you have a black cat too? It's the first time I've lived with a black cat. Any advice? She's been here for a long time. I don't, like, what is this all about? Do you know? Does your cat like to live stream or whatever it is? Yes, love turkey. Thanks. You guys might need to take a third of Russia. I think there might be a third of Russia that needs someone to take care of it. Yeah. Yeah. People are being happy with being human. Okay. Cat is on the case. Guys, how about we stop the war? Okay? Looking for people who believe in peace and stopping the war. Anybody believe in peace and stopping the war? Yeah, I know. Like Turkey. Yes, go Turkey. Turkey seems like a cool place. I heard about Turkey and your cats of Van, a Lake Van, Lake Von. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Do you know about the cats of Van? I just heard about it on the radio today. That they're white cats and they swim and they live in packs and people do not take them as pets. All that's true. And for some reason they sent a reporter who was like allergic to cats to do a story on cats. It's like, come on, NPR, what are you supposed to, you just want to hear a sneeze on the radio? Weird. Alright, thank y'all for being here. So, we want to implore the goddess, pray to the goddess in this war. We know the goddess will end this war. We know they have the power of peace, Jesus, the truth, peace, and love on their side. The fur, her fur is incredibly, like, just clouds of fur. I never had a cat like that before at my house. It's just a constant cloud of fur. I guess I probably should take the hint and go to sleep or something, not try to talk. But there's a cloud of fur. Who is Drillbit Taylor? Who is it? If you know him in real life, you could probably explain who it is. Who is it? What do they do? Hello guys. So, praying to the goddess to end this war. We know they can. We know that peace is on our side. The truth is on our side. The war can end in many ways. Okay. Cool. Thanks for being here. So we want to end war. All the more reason, confirmation why we want to end war, right? There doesn't need to be any war. War is for idiots. War is caused by idiots. You have the classic example of maybe the stupidest war ever caused by idiots. And it's a classic example of why war sucks in general. You got one bad guy turning some other bad guy against another bad guy. You know, it's not a contest for bad guys, but I guess maybe it currently is. So maybe we should cancel that contest instead of letting them cancel us all. So Jesus is the opposite of the Antichrist, Trump. So we have the Antichrist to contend with, Trump. And Jesus is the opposite of that. So, connecting with Jesus and the goddess with peace and love and all good things is going to be the best way to defeat Trump in his war. I mean, Iran is defeating Trump in his war. Yep, the way to defeat Trump and war itself is with Jesus and the truth. What do you mean? Everything's going pretty good. Huh. So weird. And YouTube had a suggested question. It said, donate to charity. It's kind of weird. Oh, what did you hear? The wall socket? What are your sources for stuff, by the way? How do you guys get your news, by the way? I listened to this Chinese bot. How do you guys get your news? With smiling friends. Thought you meant. Ooh, Minneapolis. Okay, guys. Peace, right? No, we don't care about soccer in America. Besides, they gave that stupid award to Trump, so fuck them. Like, we hate them. We hate anybody who does anything for Trump. Like, we would have liked hockey, but now we just like women's hockey. Like, that's how this goes down. Yep. I love Jesus. That's why we're praying to Jesus and the goddess to destroy Trump and his war plans. Thanks, Jesus. We know you got this. So what we're going to do is destroy Trump and his war plans. Right? You guys are all down for that? We really only need people who are down for getting this enthusiasm going for Jesus to destroy Trump and his war plans. Destroy Trump and his war plans. Just kind of waiting for people to arrive. If you're down for stopping the war, go ahead and leave a comment or react so I'll know you're here. In the meantime, yeah, I think Iran's winning the war. I think they're winning in a number of ways. I think that shouldn't really be surprising because they're intelligent. And they seem to have a culture that prizes intelligence versus the opposite here in the USR. So I think we'll get it figured out, but it's going to take some more intelligence. So I'm doing my part. I was going to stream earlier, but I got to writing. I probably should have just streamed in. Because now I'm sleepy. It's like, it doesn't help. It doesn't help when the chat's boring. But maybe it'll get better. We'll see. That's up to you. So, in the meantime, I'll just keep my focus. The cat. Focus on the cat. Now, I think Trump's speech was a disaster. I think the stock market crashed again after his stupid speech because he's a dumbass. I think he's losing the war. Iran's winning the war. He's losing it too. Like, he's doing plenty to lose it on his own. Well, Iran's getting, them getting bombed is not winning. That sucks. That's terrible, but that's not their fault. But they're getting, tolls from the Strait of Hormuz now, and I guess that can, fund rebuilding or fund building up, more defenses or whatever on the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, they'll kind of get something out of it, I guess. They probably, it rallies their country. Like, the thing is, what they get out of it, it's hard to see a real silver lining in it. But what they do get out of it, rallying the country, all that type of stuff, that's probably part of Putin's plan. So you don't really want, what Putin wants. I mean, Putin probably wanted to kill off their older leader so that their other leader would take over and rally the country. And Putin probably wanted to stick Trump in a, you know, quagmire, make Trump look bad, or, destroy America in various ways. That's always Putin's goal. And Trump helps him. Or Trump's his inside guy to do it. Hello, Manthan. Thanks for being here. So, we'll have peace. We'll have peace with a side order of truth. No, I'm anti-MAGA. I'm the most anti-MAGA. So we're trying to get Trump to quit like this week. I thought he was going to quit tonight, actually. But we're trying to get him to quit this week or get people to remove him this week. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why people are like... Yeah. Palestine and Ukraine. I don't understand how anybody isn't on both sides of both of those genocides. Why can't you just have why can't you just be against genocide? How is that hard? How is it hard to be against genocide? You would think that if you weren't already against the genocide of Ukrainian people, then when they started genocide of the Palestinians, genocide the Palestinians more intensively, you'd be like, is this because I wasn't strongly enough against the genocide of the Ukrainian people? They thought they could get away with this? Is this supposed to distract me from? Is this a distraction from the genocide of the Ukrainian people? Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the genocide of the Palestinian people is a distraction from the genocide of the Ukrainian people? What do y'all think? Okay, this is a comment from Anonymous. A lot of Jewish people are raised to believe Israel is their salvation and they would have been extinct without it. It's wild, really. Manthan says, but blaming it all on a kid, graping grifter, is also weird. Trump is a symptom. I mean, Trump isn't just a symptom. Trump is also a pawn of Putin. So when we say Trump, we should also say Putin. Or I used to say Trump, Putin, Netanyahu. Now you just basically have to say Trump and Putin. Yeah, I was wearing it to promote Kat Abighazali, because I think Kat Abighazali looks kind of like Lego Willie Scott there. Oh, your Team Autobots? That's cool, though. Yeah, Trump is a pawn of Putin. Okay, so look, if you understand Trump as a pawn of Putin, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you don't know Trump as a pawn of Putin, put a 2 in the chat. Like, I don't know, explain yourself or something. If you don't think Trump is a pawn of Putin, explain yourself. But if you know Trump is a pawn of Putin, just put a 1 in the chat. We have an understanding. Trump is a pawn of Putin. Donica Putinsky. That's why I call him Donica Putinsky. Yeah, the Ukrainian people are awesome. The Russians are losing. The Russians have killed 1.5 million Russians. They've killed 800,000 Ukrainians, too. It's terrible. They're terrible, terrible people. And Trump's a terrible, terrible tyrant. But Trump is a pawn of Putin. Somebody says 1.3. Who else do you think Trump is a pawn of besides Putin? Keep in mind, Netanyahu, or the ghost of Netanyahu, was also a pawn of Putin. Dick Nixon. Of course, Dick Nixon would say Trump isn't a pawn of Putin. But you also named yourself Dick Nixon. You named yourself Dick Nixon, and you're saying Trump isn't a pawn of Putin. Have you heard that Dead Milkman album? It's Dick, not Richard. Or something. Oh yeah, the winning of the $4 a gallon. Yeah, fuck MAGA and their stupid $4 a gallon gas. And that's cheap, dude. When you wait till you see it get $5 and $6 a gallon, it's gonna be fucking crazy. Lil bro said hardcore liberal. His name's Dick Nixon, dude. How can we take him seriously? He named himself Dick Nixon. Okay, Anonymous had a comment we have to get back to. He said, no, I don't think the genocide in Palestine is a distraction from Ukraine. There's been a genocide going on in Palestine since the 1940s. Yeah, I'm talking about the intensification of the genocide in Palestine, the October 7th. Do you think the October 7th genocide in Palestine is a distraction from the genocide in Ukraine? Simple question. Also, you can still put a 1 in chat if you think Trump is a pawn of Putin. If you think Trump is a pawn of Putin, put a 1 in the chat. Gas was already expensive. No, he was bragging about gas going down to $2 a gallon, so he's doubled it. Why are you saying Netanyahu is dead? Who said Netanyahu is dead? Is the new one a clone? I think the new one's just AI. What's the only... Okay, here's your strongest evidence of the new Netanyahu. Let's drill down on this for a second, right? The six-fingered man. Let's just drill down on the new Netanyahu, six-fingered man. My name is Inigo Ayatollah. You killed my father. Prepare to die. My name is Inigo Ayatollah. You killed my father. Prepare to die. So let's drill down. Because that's the ghost of Rob Reiner coming back to take out Trump and Putin. Netanyahu, right? Six-fingered Netanyahu. Here's the two pieces of evidence that seem to suggest Netanyahu's alive. These are the strongest evidences. Tell me if you've heard of a different one. One is Mike Huckabee seemed to have met with him, but it seems kind of AI. But Mike Huckabee, is like, no, I met with baby Netanyahu. He said I could continue to live. He said he wouldn't put me on the hit list. I was so flattered. I was so doggone flattered when he said he wouldn't put me on the hit list. So believable. It was so believable, And they walked down the hallway and talked, And then Netanyahu was like taller than him, even though he's not, or something, Maybe it was perspective. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was heels, Maybe Netanyahu's alive. I'm not saying he's definitely dead. I'm saying that was their first piece of evidence where somebody who's alive, an American, or kind of a, Trump Putineer, a traitor, you know what I'm saying? Mike Huckabee was talking to Netanyahu, and then that claims to be he was alive, right? That's one of them. That's one piece of evidence. It's not that great of an evidence because fucking Huckabee's a liar. If Huckabee just walked down the hallway and says, yeah, I'll pretend Netanyahu's there. Oh, I'm on the hit list? Shoot, they'll believe that, right? Thanks for not putting me on the hit list. They'll believe all that shit, right? That's the Mike Huckabee. There's one American journalist who's like, I tried to ask him a question and they took away my microphone. Again, this whole belief, oh yeah, Netanyahu, he's a fucking asshole. He'll bomb journalists. He'll murder journalists. He took away your microphone. Of course he would. But what if that journalist is just saying he talked to him and he's really just an AI at the podium? Like we only have two people, two Americans. I'm not saying you can only believe Americans. I'm just saying they've only put two Americans out there that are confirming that Netanyahu's alive. Really? We're supposed to believe this random like MSNBC or CBS journalist or something? And fucking Mike Huckabee? That's the best you got to prove Netanyahu's alive? That's some bullshit. We're talking BB Limbo. Or else he's just dead, dude. Okay. Gas was already expensive. No, Trump cut it down to $2 a gallon, then he doubled it. The goals of the war are undoing what the war did. Somebody pointed that out. Are people supposed to take on adult wearing toy t-shirts? Seriously, yes. Yes, you're supposed to take it far more seriously. What, was I supposed to wear a necktie? Was I supposed to wear a necktie and talk to you like this? Trashman7906 is it? If I knew it would get this bad, I would voted Kamala Harris. Well, I did vote Kamala Harris, and we told you it would get this bad. I mean, it's going to get worse. Like, unless we stop him, it's going to get a lot worse. Like, again, the people who always told you it was going to get this bad also are available now to tell you how it's going to get a lot worse unless we stop him. So, time to stop him. Time to pull the plug on this sucker. But thanks for speaking up. And thanks for saying you would have voted for Kamala, because here, I'm going to comment. That is a pinnable comment. Okay. Old Dick Nixon said, I'm not a Republican, nor am I a fan of Trump. I named myself Dick Nixon because it was funny. I mean, it is funny. Got me there. Got me there, Dick. Manthan says, Dick Nixon, is it cold this time of year in Russia? In Russia. I like your finger paintings, little buddy. Thanks, the other side with Mike G. First Avenger says, one. See, First Avenger knows that Trump is Putin's puppet. The one person who was intelligent enough to just follow very simple instructions and put it one in the chat confirms Putin is Trump's master. Putin told Trump to bomb Iran. So it's all part of a fucking plan. They're playing you. And they killed real people. They intentionally killed all those schoolgirls. It's stupid. They're evil. It's terrible. But Putin's having Trump kill all these schoolgirls to be like, this will make girls you killed with Epstein seem like child's play. You know, they're like doing it for reasons. It's really terrible. Like, you don't want to know probably, but we won't get into all those details right now. We're just going to move along. We're going to pray for peace, the goddess, Jesus. We're going to end this war. You guys ready? You said the ghost of Netanyahu. Doesn't that imply he's dead? I don't know. You hear what you want to hear. Somebody wrote something in Russian or Hebrew or alien or something. I cannot tell what that says. Oh, no, that's your name. Oh my gosh, you're one of those people who has the name after the comment. God is NKT real. I don't know what that means, dude. I'm too old. I'm sorry. God is NKT real. God is not real. The goddess is real. God is fake. If it's just a typo and you meant to say God is not real, then yeah, you're onto something. The goddess is real. God is fake. Pizker pet. Pizik. I can't say your name, but your name has pet in it. He said Russia, Ukraine have been having difficulty since 2014. I don't get what Trump has to do with its war. Well, Trump's Putin's puppet. So everything Trump has to do is to help Putin. Mention something. There's 19 people in here. If you think there's something that Trump has done that's not to help Putin, mention it in chat. I doubt anybody's going to say anything by the time I get to that part of the chat. Ronnie Vera says, why do you support Ukraine? And what have you done differently if Russia's president and NATO was a threat to you with Ukraine on its side? Okay, dude. Just drink some more vodka. Do ghosts fart? What, are you an atheist? No, I believe in the goddess. Atheists are half right, though. God is wrong. For all the reasons atheists have, all the problems atheists have with God, you're correct. But God is fake and a lie. The goddess is real, though. So atheists are half right. Dick Nixon says, I'm not a Putin fan either, Mountain. Y'all are so quick to choose sides and divide people. No, okay, if you're not a Dick Nixon, if you're not a Putin fan, I won't call you one. I'm sorry. No, I believe in God, Dick Nixon says. The other side with Mike G says, you have a cat. Makes sense a little. Good morning, Spirited. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. If he is real, why, I'm not rich. Sorry, are you guys typing a lot of shit in the chat? Damn, you are. Stop it. I don't think military should exist. I'm just skipping right to the last comment. Just a question, what's your opinion on the U.S. pulling out of NATO? I don't think military should exist. So I think we should ultimately kind of disband all that stuff. But I think Trump pulling out of NATO to help Putin, this is still war. It's like, that's just treason. It's just treason. Like the way Trump is doing it is treason. If you did it through some because we don't need militaries anymore, then it's cool. Jesus is female? I don't think Jesus is from the goddess. I don't know. Jesus could be a woman. I don't, they would have changed it probably if she was. I despise NATO personally. What did NATO personally do to you? Show us on the doll where NATO, show us on the internet where NATO hurt you. Show us where NATO hurt you on the internet. Someone said Jesus is a Jew and a normal person. No, I don't think so. I think you'll find out differently about Jesus. Guys, listen. Let's pray to Jesus. We know Jesus can stop this war. Let's stop the war. Let's have peace. Let's all believe in power of peace and truth. The goddess, Barbelo, the goddess. I just say the goddess because I think that translates pretty well. I skipped your answer, Dick Nixon. Let me read your answers. I can just read all your comments. If I missed you said the bombing of Iran is hurting Russia. Sanctions on Russia supplying oil to European nations. These things hurt Putin and Russia. Why would Putin want this? Trump just removed the sanctions on Russian oil. He removed the sanctions on Iranian oil. It's a scam, dude. Like, your argument has been proven false because Trump removed the war in Iran is what Trump uses as an excuse to remove the sanctions on Russian oil and Iranian oil. My opinions on the First and Second Amendment are Trump is destroying our Constitution. He's going amendment by amendment. Okay, Trump's destroying our Constitution. Yes, I remember you, Idris. Nice to see you again. Trump is destroying our Constitution. He's doing amendment by amendment. He took a terrorist attack on Renee Good. He did a terrorist attack on the First Amendment by killing Renee Good. Then he did a terrorist attack on the Second Amendment by killing Alex Preddy. Dude, he's going amendment by amendment, doing terrorist attacks on them by killing people. Like, what do you guys want? You're fucking idiots. Anyway, I'm sorry. You don't support Trump, so I don't mean you. But there's some people in the chat that support Trump, so sometimes I address them. I should stop doing that. Am I avoiding your statement? No, I just didn't see your statement. I skipped a bunch of stuff in the chat because I realized a bunch of people had commented. And I was slowly reading everything. Your comment, you just repeated over and over again. But I don't really care about your comments. Jesus is an overhyped guy. He literally didn't have any great wisdom. He literally didn't had any great wisdom. I think you'll find out you're wrong. They just kind of like sanitized Jesus and did some weird things to try to keep people from knowing what the true message was. But you can find it out yourself. What goddess? The goddess. Jesus is from the goddess. And the goddess is love and peace and truth, like Jesus is. It's the religion that replaces Christianity. I call it the Church of Judas. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas. Welcome to the Church of Judas. Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Jesus bless you, Judas bless you, I bless you, and bless yourself. Welcome, welcome, you're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome, you're welcome. What was the truth? Well, the truth is pretty much the opposite of all the Trump bullshit. That's not hard, right? Trump always lies. Trump's always lying. His daddy Vladdy writes all these lies for him. They're like the prince and king of lies, you know? So he's always lying. And then the opposite of everything he says is true. Skylar's Fantasy's back, and he says, after a long day of work, Kanye West goes to his Kanye nest to take his Kanye rest. He wakes up feeling his Kanye best. Then he'll get Kanye dressed in his Kanye vest to go on a Kanye quest. He goes to church and becomes Kanye blessed, then to a hotel room to be Kanye guest, then to school to take his Kanye test. He forgot to brush his teeth till he ran out of Kanye crest. His neighbor stole it. What? It just ends like that? Why don't you keep talking? His neighbor stole it? Okay. Church of Judas. Oh, this person answered the question about Trump doing some things to actually help Ukraine instead of Russia. I mean, that was just a setup, dude. I think the bigger picture is Putin runs Trump. Oh, what a Kanye pest. The champion of nonsense, the champion of nonsense, the champion of nonsense. I don't know. Did you actually have good comments? Oh my gosh. Dude, you're talking about running over an officer? You're a terrorist. Okay? You're a terrorist. You seem to have a problem with terrorists, but you're a terrorist. ICE are terrorists. You're a terrorist for supporting ICE. Trump's a terrorist. He's bombing Iran in a terrorist way. And you're supporting that. So you're a terrorist. You would have been much happier if I'd skipped your comments. It does feel like Groundhog Day, Tracy. I'm sorry about that. But at least what's her name's not here. Oh God, what's her name? It doesn't matter. At least she's not here. Tracy says no Hebrew is allowed in this chat. That's his name. It's just backwards. His name is after his comment. But I mean, yeah, he sounds like a Zionist. What the hell's the Euromaiden coup? Free the world from Israel. Iran seems to be winning the war. Dude, you don't have to say you support ICE to be like, they should have killed Renee Good, you know? You're supporting ICE. You just did it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be here, Dick. It's probably not the right live for you. This is about Jesus and peace stuff. I wish a Zionist would. Tracy said, I wish a Zionist would approach me like they do Palestinians. Thank you, though. Seriously. We're praying for the goddess, Jesus, peace, all goodness. We're going to end this war. It doesn't really matter how it ends. We're going to end this war. We don't have any preference about how it ends. We're just going to believe that we're going to end it. And we're going to end it. And we're going to end all war. This one was started by Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. And we shouldn't allow all that stuff. No, it's about Jesus. This particular live is all about Jesus. I decided on that when I titled the live. And Jesus set Judas aside outside of Christianity to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. So we're going to be doing that too. Replacing all the churches. Frez. Guys, we're going to stop this war. We're going to stop Donica Putinsky and his daddy Vladdy. Okay, here we go. I think they're going to explain the Maiden something. Revolution or something. In 2014. Oh my gosh. No, maybe they're not. Like, who cares? What are you talking about, Noah Milkman? Why are you talking about this? Like, who cares? What are you talking about? Oh, you're just a terrorist if you support Trump or ICE. So you agree. People who support Trump or ICE are terrorists. I'm sorry. I didn't know you completely agreed with me. That's fine. People who disagree with me of that are terrorists. It's that. Dude, this is just fucking math. I'm sorry if you can't do like very basic math. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not bad. Why would you call me a name or decide I was bad? I decided you were bad because you're bad. If you weren't bad, then I wouldn't have decided that. Do you ever feel gay? I think everybody should try to feel as gay as they possibly can. But yeah, not so much. Trash Man, what's your motive here? Which one was Trash Man? Trash Man said they used to vote for Trump. But now they think that he sucks. So, Trash Man seems cool. Dude, you supported the cop who shot that lady in the face. You're a terrible person. Everybody hates people like you. The reason everybody hates people like you is because they have a heart. Like, Jesus hates people like you. You should stop being like you. Not that hard. Stop being like that. Stop it. Stop it. Are you still curious? Dude, I saw it in your comment. You said go back and read my comment, so I went back and read your comment. You're a stupid ass troll. You want me just to block you? You're a fucking dumbass. You're a dumb fucking piece of shit. Like, what do you want? Are you just here to be called a dumb fucking piece of shit? You stupid fucking cunt. Everybody fucking hates you, you dumb fucking cunt. You know? Like, what do you want? Yeah, we all hate you. Everyone hates you. Why are you here? You're a dumb fucking cunt. Dude, you don't have to love Nazis for shit. You don't have to love people cheering on cops shooting women in the face. Fuck them. You can just tell them you're a dumb cunt. Guys, go see the Mario movie. It's really good. Oh, dude, there's a lot of Zionist parasites in the chat. Isn't that what they all are? Aren't they all just genocidal fucking Nazis? Like, they either present as mild genocidal Nazis or extreme genocidal Nazis. I have the whole range in my chat. Because I didn't used to block people, then I blocked a bunch of people a week or so ago. I still don't usually block people. It's too much trouble. But, like, they're all either very mildly genocidal Nazis, or they're extreme fucking genocidal Nazis, or they're somewhere in between. I mean, not you, but you know what I'm saying? All the fucking trolls. There's that one who's, well, never mind. I'm not going to talk shit about him. Yeah, Jesus is, like, cool. Anyway, Jesus also set Judas aside, outside of Christianity, to come back at this time and replace all Christianity. So it all gets replaced. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas for details. See how you deleted your message? It's because you're a scared little bitch. You should go away. You shouldn't be here. Oh, there's two different kinds of trolls. Jesus said, get the strap. There's two different kinds of trolls. There's trolls that know they're trolling, and there's trolls that are too stupid to realize they're trolling. Trump Putineers are often that second type. But they're also often the trolls that know they're trolling. Either way, they're the most terrible people that ever existed, so stop being one. Future foliage. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I go by Puffin. I'm doing the Church of Judas right now, but I also do Fairy Liberation Front, Pillar Revolution, Peace Pipe Party, waffles or pancakes, both, either one. They're both awesome. I'm increasingly convinced most trolls on live platforms are teenagers. They're bots. They're increasingly bots. Somebody told me the other day there's 2 billion bots on YouTube. I mean, that's probably just a estimate, but 2 billion's a lot. If you keep in mind that people being bots, people, that accounts being bots is the most likely, it makes it whatever. You really have to look for interesting people. What a fucking dumbass. I guess he kind of showed he wasn't a bot. Daddy Vladdy, Donica Patinsky and his daddy Vladdy. This kind of question was just a critical thinking question. What would you do if someone randomly punched you in the face? Think about it before you answer. Who's not a bot? I'm a bot, sir. Who's not a bot? I'm a bot, sir. He got offended when I suggested that a few people might not be bots. Oh, it is a political channel. Yeah, I do talk a lot of politics here. They hate what I have to say. I don't even have that much to say. Well, I say a lot, but like my main things are like automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts and compensation. Like give everybody they contacted automatic citizenship and then give them like the houses of the ICE agents and give them like the bonuses and the pay and the families of the ICE agents. I have 7 finger. I'm a bot with 7 finger. When Stephen Miller got punched in the face, he didn't do anything about it. When did he get punched in the face? Recently? You talk shit, that's all. Dude, when did Stephen Miller get punched in the face? Hold on, dude. Because Netanyahu died, but nobody's talking about it. But people are talking about Stephen Miller getting punched in the face. That's something. That's something to dig into. What do we got here? Stephen Miller got punched in the face for real? Hold on, I'm gonna light a candle for that. Maybe not. It's ASMR all of a sudden. Sorry, everything turned ASMR. You can't be named Andrew 1990. You're not allowed to have that name if you're gonna talk shit. Andrews are supposed to be cool. Okay, fuck it. Political, religious, both. Religio-political. It's like the opposite of Christian nationalism. This is the opposite of Christian nationalism. It's the Church of Judas. Replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Yeah, everybody hates Russians. The reason why I read idiots' comments in Russians is because Russians are stupider than fuck. Everybody hates them. Putin got 1.5 million Russians killed in Ukraine, or Putin murdered 1.5 million Russians in Ukraine, and you guys don't even care. What shitty people you must be. They're like, 1.5 million gone. Better for the rest of us. More vodka. You guys are stupider than fuck. Everybody hates you for reasons. Your country should be carved up into 3. 1 chunk should be given to Ukraine. 1 chunk should be given to Turkey. 1 chunk should be given to... Thanks. 1 chunk should be given to Russia. There's a code on it you can use in the game to unlock a character. Anyway, that's a... Go Iran. Go America. Defeat Trump. Remember, folks, the world system is governed by politics. So you assume I'm Russian. We're a shitty human because we don't see eye to eye. Dude, I don't want to see eye to eye with you dumbass Trumpers. Everybody hates you. Thanks, Michael. With the mock accents. I just mock Russians. Trump defeat Iran and Lebanon and Yemen and China. You're such idiots. Big Yahoo, Vladdy Daddy, and Donnie the Dark Trinity. I call him Donica Putinsky. Donica Putinsky. I call him Donica Putinsky. Dude, we can all tell you're a Trumper. People only say they're not Trumpers so people will listen to them because everybody knows everybody hates Trumpers. Everybody hates Trump Putineers. They even hate themselves. Everybody hates them. They're hated by every single person there is. Everybody hates Trump Putineers. Everybody hates Trump Putineers. And I'm in your comment. That's the best comment so far. Big Yahoo, Vladdy Daddy, and Donnie the Dark Trinity. Donnie. I could give a fuck about USSR or Russia. They can fuck off. I'm glad their country's going downhill. I'm glad Putin got 1.5 million of them. He murdered 1.5 million of them. And they all fell for it like some dumbass dipshits. Fuck them. We need less dumbass people in the world. It's like any of those suckers and losers that are going to go die for the Epstein class. They can fuck off. You shouldn't assume people are Russian, let alone mock Russians just for disagreeing. Don't disagree. Go somewhere else if you disagree. I didn't tell you to be here. So I'm going to make fun of your dumb ass for being here. And I'm going to make fun of you in a Russian accent. Honestly, this is like a case study. What makes you think that just because we don't agree with you, assume I'm on the side of people you hate? Dude, I hate fucking Russian Trump Putineers. I hate fucking Nazis, genociders. You're arguing with me? That seems like a you thing. You could also, if you hated genocide and you hated Nazis and you hated Trumpers and you hated Russians, I don't know what your problem with me would be. Unrelated topic, but if you ever had seen the movie Tropic Thunder, yeah, I've seen it. Why? This is nothing like a case study. Bro thinks he's smart. This is nothing like, sorry, he said nothing. This is nothing like a case study. Bro thinks he's smart. Well, he said, he likes to say words like case study. Synergy. Isn't Benjamin Netanyahu dead? Oh, he retracted it. Isn't Benjamin Netanyahu dead? You shouldn't assume people are Russian, let alone mock Russians just for disagreeing. What are your sources for Russo-Ukrainian casualties? Those numbers seem inflated. No, dude, Putin murdered 1.5 million Russians in Ukraine. He murdered so many goddamn dumbass fucking Russians that they had to kidnap people. They kidnapped thousands of people from other countries to murder in Ukraine because he's such a fucking dumbass. Some of the commanders of Russian armies have killed up to half of their fucking people, probably because they were going to desert or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they've killed them a lot themselves, but a lot of them have been women driving drones, killing Russians. I've seen the videos of it, dude. I've watched videos of Russians getting killed in Ukraine. They've killed 1.5 million. Putin murdered 1.5 million fucking dumbass Russians. That's about as offensive as you calling me a plant. But you spelled offensive with a C. You spelled offensive like offense with a C. Oh my gosh. How do you spell offense? Now you got me fucking spelling bad. Your stupid's rubbing off, dude. I'm gonna have to turn off the live. How is it the genocide if the Palestinian people grow in size in this genocide? Dude, I can't with the goddamn Nazis. Yeah, offensive. Offensive. 7778. Are you Russian? Dick Nixon 7778. Yeah, dude, he's Russian as fuck. That's why he's like, you can't say my words with Russian accent. I like to pretend not Russian. You spoiling illusion for me. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the live down, I think. Sorry, guys. Did I miss any comments by Future Foliage? They were at least cool. Oh. Future Foliage has been here in the past. They said, speaking facts, $5 gasoline's why I hate Trump. Trump is a predator, traitor, adulterous, greedy con man, so conservatives love him. No more shike, more war. Vigos, do you like predators? Sounds like a gay sex proposal. Meet me here for wrestle for $10,000. Commentary connoisseur wants to say, have gay sex. Now I remember you do. Yeah, you're awesome. Thanks. They made fun of this in the movie. Closeted gay guy always wanted to wrestle and fight other men. That is the thing. Personally, as a man, I don't like touching other men. Maybe that's just me. I just looked at the Gracie gym in Wisconsin. Isn't even open the hours he is telling you to meet him. LOL. How are we meeting at the gym? It's 9 a.m. when it opens in the afternoon. The gym is open right now. Why not today? The gym he is talking about is open right now and he ain't there. He forgot Google exists and we can see what hours the gym is open. The gym is open now. He ain't there. LOL. Mary, what I want you to do is marry conservatism. Brother can't even spell. He wants to touch your male parts. $10,000 for butt sex. Last offer. I remember that guy, dude. That was hilarious. Oh, that reminded me. Do you remember during the Black Lives Matter protests in New York City, some cops sawed into a jewelry store to try to start a riot, to try to start like looting of a jewelry store? And there was video of these cops in uniform sawing into a jewelry store. Then they came up with this whole story about the jewelry store owner called the cops and asked them to saw into his jewelry store during the Black Lives Matter protest to try to start a looting riot or something. No, he didn't say that that's why he did it. He said he did it for some other reason. So my ex-wife, my wife at the time, like looked into it. The guy who claimed to be the jewelry store owner, and that fucking account was coming out of Kazakhstan and all this shit. Like these Russians are so fucking stupid, and they come up with so much fucking bullshit. Justice for Dick Nixon. Cry about a dickie. So what were your comments from the other time? The fake Minsk agreement no one gives a shit about. 70% of Russia doesn't have running water for a toilet, and none of them have internet now. Putin turned off the internet in Russia. That's what you guys are for. In Russia, Windows falls down out the view. In Russia, Windows falls out the view. Josh probably thinks MS Iran attacked America. Done well, LMAO. There's no such thing as Minsk agreement. Pure Russian BS. Russia already lost more soldiers than America did in World War II. Yeah, they're fucking idiots. Let me see what you said this time around. Jesus flipped me the money changers temples and whipped them. Think not I've come to bring peace. Jesus, when Stephen Miller gets punched in the face and didn't do anything about it a couple months ago. Okay, cool. There's nothing like a case study. He thinks he's smart, offensive. Yes. Well, it's nice to see you again. I do have to shut down live because we're almost at an hour. Dude, we can't have a civil conversation when you're like, she should have been shot in the face. She was driving a car towards that officer at 0.3 miles an hour. Dude, we can't have a civil conversation. You're a fucking Nazi. You're brainwashed into Nazism and everyone hates you. You're making concentration camps. You made concentration camps, World War III, knocked down the White House, destroyed all our aid programs. You did all this terrible shit just so we wouldn't have free tampons in the bathroom. We would have avoided all that shit, and all we would have had to have was free tampons in the bathroom. The only fucking difference we would have had. But no, you had to be fucking total jackasses. So, still pretty sure Trump is still catching his breath from that address last night. Very low energy and complete bullshit. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.